So you've got your training down, you've got your nutrition where you want it, and now you're wondering what are the best supplements that you can take. Well, this is something that I certainly wondered about when I first started lifting, and I'm pretty sure it's something that every lifter wonders about every time they see someone who's bigger than them. And so today's video, I'm going to talk about the 5 most important supplements that you can take if you're trying to get a lean and aesthetic physique. And if you're new here, my name is Shashank. I've been overweight, I've been skinny, I've been muscular, and everything in between. After some personal struggles, I'm currently trying to rebuild my physique, and so I'm using this channel to share what I have learned in the past and what I am learning as I try to build a healthier version of myself. If any of that sounds interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you can stay up to date when I post new content. I post a new video every single Monday and you don't want to miss it. So with that, let's get into the video. Now the first supplement is actually going to be vitamin D. Getting sunlight or vitamin D in the morning can actually help you build muscle faster because it's going to keep your cortisol levels in check and keep your circadian rhythm in check. Vitamin D is also important for your other hormones like your thyroid and your testosterone, which are directly going to impact the amount of muscle you can build. If your thyroid is functioning properly, then you're going to be able to burn more calories because your metabolism is going to be higher. Additionally, if your testosterone is higher, then you're going to build more muscle, which will lead to you having a higher basal metabolic rate, which will again allow you to burn more fat throughout the day. It's also going to make you look a lot better because the more muscle you can build, the easier it's going to be to look leaner, look shredded, and just look better overall. As someone who's been chronically low in vitamin D for years myself, I can tell you that there are a lot of benefits to taking a quality vitamin D supplement because a lot of us just cannot get the required amount from food or sunlight given our busy schedules and our sedentary lifestyles. So if you currently aren't taking a vitamin D supplement, then I recommend that you get one. I think that 5,000 IUs is a pretty good place to start, and you also want to couple the vitamin D with K2 because the K2 will actually help your body absorb the vitamin D better and put it towards other uses such as making your bones stronger. Now, supplement number 2 is protein. A lot of times people don't necessarily think of protein as a supplement, but having protein in general has a lot of benefits for having your lean physique. Number 1, it's actually going to boost your metabolism. Protein has a higher thermic effect of food, meaning that your body actually takes more energy to break down protein. And so by eating more protein, you can effectively boost your metabolism a little bit because your body is working that much harder to break down the food that you're eating. In contrast, if you were to eat more carbs and fats, these have a lower thermic effect of food, and so you're not getting as much of a calorie burn effect when you eat those. Protein is also harder to convert into fat because it looks the least like fat. There's a lot more steps that need to happen in your body biologically in order to convert protein into fat, and so that becomes a more thermogenically expensive process. Now the other thing is that protein increases satiety. When you're on a diet, you're constantly looking to be satiated. Protein is the most difficult food to digest, and so it can help you feel full for longer. What I will say is that protein alone is actually very insulinogenic. So if you're trying to eat just plain chicken breast or plain canned tuna, you might find that you're full in the moment, but then hungry right afterwards. So what I actually recommend is to pair your protein with a healthy fat, such as some avocado, maybe some olive oil, or some nuts, and that's going to help slow down the digestion further. It's also going to help your body absorb the nutrition that much better. But if you're on a diet, it's a good idea to eat more protein because you want to feel fuller. The third reason that protein is so beneficial is that it helps you build muscle. Having no protein in your diet while going to the gym is like trying to build a house without any wood. If you don't have the raw materials to provide to your body, then you're not going to see the results that you want. So make sure that you're incorporating enough protein-rich foods into your diet. Supplement number 3 is going to be caffeine. Now you're going to be saying caffeine is really just something I use to stay awake. Yes, and that's why caffeine's stimulant property gives you energy and will allow you to do more. If you take caffeine, whether it's in the form of coffee or in the form of a pre-workout, you're going to be able to perform a lot better at your next exercise. So before you go do your cardio, maybe you want to take some coffee, or before you go lift weights, maybe you want to go take some pre-workout, and you're going to be able to exert a much greater effort than if you didn't. Caffeine can also help you stay mentally alert throughout the day and keep you satiated in a dieting phase. Caffeine has an appetite suppressing effect because it is a stimulant. So if you drink some coffee or you drink some pre-workout, the odds are that you will not feel hunger for quite a while. And again, that stimulant effect is going to make you move around more, fidget more, talk more, and so you're burning more calories. So really, it's a twofold effect. Not only are you burning more calories from what you're doing, but you're also taking in less calories because you're just less hungry. And so caffeine can be a powerful supplement whether you're trying to build muscle or lose weight. Just make sure that you use it strategically and don't abuse it because it is a stimulant. Now, supplement number 4 is going to be creatine monohydrate. And I've talked about creatine before, but it is possibly the most studied and the most efficacious supplement that you can take, no matter whether you're a beginner in the gym or an experienced lifter, I believe that you should be taking creatine. And I personally take 5 grams every single day as I'm trying to bulk up and I'm trying to get better. And I notice a big difference when I haven't taken my creatine versus when I do take my creatine. Now there are some people saying that you can get too much water retention from creatine monohydrate and it makes them look puffy and bloated, and so they prefer creatine HCl. I personally haven't tried creatine HCl, so I don't know how true this is, but if you want to try something different, then go ahead and give creatine HCl a try. Other than that, creatine has been shown to help in performance, it helps in building muscle mass, and it can help in hydration. It also supports exercise recovery. A lot of people think that building muscle is just about getting in the gym, lifting heavy, and then shoveling down a bunch of food right afterwards. It's actually much more complicated than that, and recovery actually has a huge effect on how much muscle we can really build. So if there's one single supplement out of this whole list that you need to take, this is probably the one. Supplement number 5 isn't really a supplement, but it might be even more important than creatine monohydrate, which is sleep. Now I talked about how important recovery is in the last section, and sleep is the biggest portion of that. Sleep impacts everything. It impacts your alertness, it impacts your cortisol levels, and it even impacts your judgment on the next day. If you don't sleep well, then you're more likely to have more cortisol, you're going to want to eat more, you're going to want to eat more junk, and you're not going to want to go to the gym as well. And even if you do go to the gym, your performance is going to be less because you're less recovered. Also, if you get less sleep, you're less likely to build muscle, because a lot of the recovery that takes place and a lot of the building that happens when we are actually sleeping. And so if you're not sleeping, then you need to learn to prioritize that. Now this can be done in a few ways. Number 1, don't take caffeine too late in the day. Caffeine is a stimulant that will make you stay awake, and although that can be great for burning calories like we've discussed, you need to get to sleep at a certain time so that your body is ready and primed for the next day. Another thing you can do is to set a consistent bedtime. Going to sleep and waking up at the same times every single day can give your body a real sense of grounding, and it can make it a lot easier to fall asleep. Also, if you are sleeping at the same times every day, you're less likely to go to the fridge for late night binges. And the third thing you can try is to get some magnesium or even a quality sleep aid. If you're someone who suffers from insomnia or you have severe ADHD, kind of like myself, then you might have trouble falling asleep at night. I myself find that taking some magnesium or taking a sleep aid at night can be very, very helpful. I often don't resort necessarily to taking melatonin if I don't have to, because I kind of don't want to get into that habit personally, but there are a whole host of supplements like magnesium, like L-theanine, ashwagandha. A lot of these things can help you fall asleep faster. And so if you're currently struggling with your sleep, but you've been doing everything else right and you're wondering why things aren't working on your diet, this could be the big reason you're not seeing the results that you want. And so those are the 5 supplements that I believe are the most essential if you're trying to build a better physique. Comment down below, did you find this video helpful? Is there anything else that you'd like me to discuss? And as always, if you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you. Please don't stop now. Go ahead and watch one of the 2 videos that'll pop up on screen. Good luck with your new supplement protocol, and I'll see you in the next video.